Good day and welcome to another 10-minute coffee chat with us, myself and Ryan. Today we're going to be talking about another gem in our portfolio, and that is Rebasoft. Gartner recently created a new category. They called it Cyber Attack Surface Management, and they've positioned Rebasoft as a recognized vendor in that particular category. So it's quite an exciting event that Gartner, or quite an exciting thing that Gartner has actually, first of all, created a category, and secondly, that Rebasoft is in it. So really positions well with customers who are Gartner focused. And as I mentioned, it's another gem in our portfolio. And I'm going to hand over to Ryan. He's going to give us some detail on Rebasoft.
Thank you very much, Mark. As Mark mentioned, Rebasoft is actually in a new area, part of Gartner's hype cycle, which is Cyber Attack Surface Management. That's all about knowing what your assets are, what the importance is to the organization, and then assess and continuously monitor and defend it against cyber threats. Now, Rebasoft is quite unique in this. In discovering everything on your network. That's the first step, discovery. As a lot of you may know, your asset management type solutions out there are usually agent-based, or they have to query devices directly through APIs. And all that. Now, that traditional model, that always leaves gaps. There's either devices you cannot put agents on, like IoT devices, etc., or there's no APIs available, or simply missed sections of your network, or the agent faults, etc. Now, what Rebasoft is very clever, what Rebasoft does to discover everything on the network is very clever, I think, because it's actually ingesting flow data from the network and querying your network equipment to see what's attached to the network. This gives Rebasoft an accurate view of exactly what's on the network and what they're doing without having to go deploy agents or set up APIs, etc. Very quick to deploy. You just have to go and give Rebasoft SNMP rights, basically, to all your network equipment to have a complete picture of what's on your environment. And then you can go classify the importance of all your devices out there. Now, one of the benefits of analyzing what all your devices are doing on the network is Rebasoft can tell how the device is configured. For instance, are you running SMB version 1, which is a vulnerable protocol from a server? Is there no antivirus on this device, etc.? And that's all being done by analyzing and ingesting that network information into one tool. And so you can go and assess your security configuration. Are the devices that need to be in certain subnets or VPNs or VLANs the correct devices, etc.? And after that assessment phase, you've got continuous monitoring. So you can see if something goes out of compliance, you can see if something's being subject to a new vulnerability, etc. And then that leads into the last stage where you can actually defend the network. Because Rebasoft knows exactly what's on your network in real time, it has a very good network access control automation. So you can go and control exactly what's allowed on your network, how it must be configured to be on your network without having to deploy a very complicated network access control solution that requires people to go through proxies or agents, etc. So in a nutshell, Rebasoft, very quick to deploy. Your touch points on the client's environment are only on the networking equipment, which tends to be a lot better maintained than all the endpoints. And Rebasoft will give you that holistic, complete view of not only what's on your network, but how they are configured, if there's any security misconfigurations, etc., and even go into a whole network access control, prevent those rogue devices from coming onto your network, etc. Mark?
Great, thanks very much for that information, Ryan. As I mentioned, Rebasoft, it's another gem in our portfolio, and recognized by Gartner in a new category as well. So, as we always say, get in touch with us if you guys want to POC it in your own environments, or if you have a prospective customer who's got a problem that needs to be solved in this space, give us a shout. Thanks very much for listening, and we'll chat next time. Cheers.